fuck everything about this movie. Just fuck it. It's a week later and I'm still fucking livid. I can't put into words how much I fucking hated this movie. Beware the Slenderman is a film directed by Irene Taylor Brodsky, and it is a documentary about the stabbing of a young girl in Wisconsin 3 years ago. I'm going to start by saying that, A, this is something different than I usually do. It's a fucking documentary. I'm not going to really do documentaries on this channel that often, but this is a special case, not only because the subject matter is something related to a community that is very close to my heart, but also because I really felt no other way to explain how much I hated this than to talk about it, and holy fuck did I hate this. This event that this film was based on is a tragedy. It was horrible. A young girl almost died. It really shook a lot of people, both in the Slenderman community and elsewhere, or all around the country who had heard about it. It shook people to their core. And I am dumbfounded to see how disrespectful and exploitative and fucking disgusting this documentary was. Completely floored. This is one of the most manipulative, agenda-pushing pieces of shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, I've never watched a film before and thought about the director, wow, you're a really shitty human being. This is the first time I've watched a movie and thought, wow, you're a shitty human being, Irene Taylor Brodsky. Like, fuck you. You're a piece of shit. Where to start? This movie starts in a way that is interesting, I will say, because it talks a lot more about the two girls in question who did the stabbing, and it talks about their lives, and it's interesting to see what their lives were like, and what they were going through, and what their mental states were like, because it really shows how not well they are mentally. And then, 30 minutes in, this movie takes the biggest sharp right turn and turns into something completely different. Like another movie, it's the Suicide Squad of documentaries. It's like another movie took it over. From a really somber piece about these two mentally ill girls who nearly killed another girl, it turns into this obnoxious montage of assorted clips from YouTube. Things like a cat eating a mouse, like on camera. Things like a person planking on a car. You have Richard Dawkins narrating over clips of like How to Basic and uncredited clips from Marble Hornets and Tribe 12, and it's really horrible because you go, like I said, you go from this very interesting subject matter, upsetting but interesting, to a film that is so obviously pushing an agenda of, look at how perverse the internet is. Isn't this disturbing? Isn't this awful? This should be legislated. This is not good. This is really bad. Technology and the internet are dangerous. And it's so transparent in the way it's doing it, and it's so awkward and so terrible. And the fact that you have to take the near death of a young girl, who, mind you, was not interviewed at all, was not even like shown on camera, aside from old pictures, which I'm sure it's because she didn't want to be featured. And I will not be surprised at all if that's the case. But that should tell you something. That should say, hey, maybe we're doing something wrong here by making this documentary about somebody who was nearly died. It's the lowest common denominator to blame the internet, blame the media, blame etc. It's a dated argument, because that's the shit back from when Jack Thompson was a fucking lawyer before he was disbarred. And it's just so exploitative and disrespectful to take two mentally ill young girls and their families and use them to push a fucking agenda like that. It's so disgusting and so distasteful, and I still have a bad taste in my mouth from watching this movie. I'm so angry a week later that this movie was made, that this exists, that this was put out on HBO. It's totally confused. It's a fucking mess. It's disrespectful. It's exploitative. It is incredibly basic to blame something when the documentary makes it clear what the real problems are. And A, that is that these girls are not mentally well at all. And you can tell just from the 2 minutes of watching them in interviews in the police custody. And inattentive parenting, which, mind you, all this documentary does is stress how, oh, we didn't see any signs, we didn't see any red flags. These girls have Barbie dolls that have surgical markings and surgical incisions all over them. Her father is schizophrenic. There's so many things that are blatant red flags. And you're choosing to say, yeah, the problem is we need to legislate the internet. What? I can't process that this movie is real. And the fact is, this isn't even a subject that the director wanted to do. This is something that was tacked on. This is something that they shot 2 months after this girl was stabbed because the director looked and said, oh, that's kind of interesting, that fits in with my narrative, because this was originally just supposed to be a movie about the dangers of the internet. And the fact that you are going to be a leech and grab onto something that is tragic and horrible and should never happen to fucking anyone, and you're going to use that to push your fucking agenda? Really? I've never hated a film like this before. I really haven't. It's awful. It's disgusting. It is so despicable that this movie was made. I'm not going to rate this because there's no rating to give it. This isn't a review. This is me venting about how much this movie sucked. Don't believe me, watch it for yourself. I can't stress enough how awful this was. And I'm not saying, oh, it's awful and about. No, it's just terrible. It's terrible and disgraceful. Fuck it, I got nothing else to say.